I have a question for you. Tarunpreet, I'm basically into interiors and home and office decor, and I like work in the corporate world and the retail world. And now I'm looking at officially launching my own, collection of furniture and whatever. So a lot of products there. So what are the right kind of people I should be targeting if I'm looking at, let's say, an investor? Because like you, I've also started with my own savings, pumping in money and stuff like that. But now I realize I've come to a point where I want to kind of go big in terms of consistent orders and grow internationally. And you know how it is, you get into exports and you do interior projects and stuff like that. So who are the right kind of people to go in? Because we also have this MSME, era which is started by the government of India, and they're doing a lot for women. But if I don't want to go into that category, from all of these categories you've shown me, which is the right ones, and can you guide me to those, please? Yeah, thank you.
Let me ask you this question. What is success for you? What is your ambition?
May I have okay, so for me, I want to basically take my brand to a level where I'm kind of offering value and I'm offering substance and quality to my customers and my clients, and I'm also impacting the world in some way or the other. So it could be by having organic furniture, it can be green furniture, or it could be solving a problem or also impacting the world in a way,
Let me put it this way, how much money will make you content?
या उसका कोई जवाब नहीं है. That's a personal and a very subjective thing, but the point is you do realize that when you do your R&D and you do your analysis with your financer or maybe your CA, something like that, to take an ambitious plan, there has to be a substantial amount of money which you can really take,
Okay, so I think
into
I'll answer
consideration.
it
Yeah,
this way.
yeah.
If you were in services before and then now you're trying to move into products. So one of the important things you have to understand is, since I was operating in services, then moved into products, right? Because the grass is greener on the other side. The
Agreed.
problem is,
I agree.
in services we are used to 80-90% gross margins. The first realistic reality check you would need to do is, oh, now we are at 10-20% gross margins, or let's say 30%, 40%, 50% gross margins. And if you were a proprietor before, the sole proprietor, right, you would take home all the money and just give away. And then if you now move to a private limited company where you go and get the investors, now you're moving from dividends, salaries, taking the profits home, to capital gains, right? That is the mindset. The second is, if you go about what is the right kind of investor that you should look at the furniture, I think you would need to find a niche for yourself, right? Once you find that niche for yourself, how quickly are you able to scale that particular niche, right? Because investors are looking to multiply the value of the shares, right? And one of the major problems in the furniture and home furnishing industry, in my experience, you should look at is if you can innovate in the products with low volumetric weight, right? So, which will give you a certain advantage, high AOV, low volumetric weight, and something which you can scale really quickly, which will give you an advantage over the long period of time, and that will help you even go on if you want to raise capital. So now, you look at the global trends which are not yet happened in India. So we picked up mattresses because back then there was a company called 8 Sleep in the US, right, which was doing this smart sleeping. They currently valued at $500 million. We did an analyzing solution. Now we licensing our solution, tech solution, to a Europe-based company, right? So is it possible to build a technology which you can do this? But then there is also, different kind of, or let's say you build a customized furnitures for ultra HNIs or HNIs, right? Or
Yeah,
let's say
yeah.
you build one particular product and then you could take it to the medium
World.
class,
Okay.
because that is the huge chunk of the market. The actual ones who have the spending capacity to transact, not the low class, which is a huge chunk. I talked about the inequality numbers there in the initial stages of the presentations, right? So that's a very complicated question. I mean, to answer in 2 or 3 minutes, right?
Gosh.
So, but I think these are the factors you should consider. We can talk in depth about it.
Great. Thank you.